Today, I'm going to show you how to use 2 powerful AI prompts to diagnose why leads are slipping through the cracks, why your sales pipeline feels unpredictable, and how to fix the exact bottlenecks causing the stressful feast or famine cycle. By the end of this video, you'll see how AI can help a small business quickly uncover funnel leaks, tighten lead handling, and create a simple stabilization plan without hiring more staff. So if you've ever wondered, why do leads come in, but revenue still feels inconsistent? Stay with me because this walkthrough is going to make that painfully clear. Welcome back to AI Prompt Boss. Our first prompt, we're calling our lead leak audit prompt. And this one, we're going to use it to figure out where our leads are being lost across the full buyer journey. We want it to produce a funnel diagnosis for our leads, our top leaks in our funnel ranked by impact, our quick wins, and a 30-day repair plan. We need it to act as a fractional demand generation analyst for a small U.S. business. We needed to diagnose why our lead generation is inconsistent and why we keep swinging between feast and famine. We give it business details, and we're going to use a fictitious company today. We're going to call it Summit Key Realty Group, and we're going to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're going to give it a little bit of information on our company, and then we're going to fill in these business details here so we can use this to show how this could help your own business. You'll be able to get this prompt for free and the second prompt for free, and I'll mention more about that in a minute. You'll enter your business type, your target customer, the service or offer that this is related to, give it the average deal value, the lead sources that you're currently using, talk about your monthly leads, your close rate, your sales cycle, and your team size, and finally your marketing budget. You're going to specify to the AI that it needs to respond with the most likely funnel leaks. So where are we losing things in our funnel? Where the leads are dropping off? The top 5 issues that are ranked by impact and by ease, and then give us 5 fast fixes we can implement in 14 days. And finally, a simple 30-day stabilization plan. Keep it practical, specific, and non-technical. With the exception of the area in brackets, all the rest of this you would just literally copy and paste. These are plug and play prompts. Okay, so let's give it a little context. The LLM Chat GPT. We're letting it know that we are in Dallas-Fort Worth. We help move up home buyers and sellers in the suburbs. And we're getting leads from a few places, but the results are inconsistent. Some months feel strong, but other months feel dry, and we have no clear idea whether the issue is marketing, follow-up, or the sales process itself. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put the same prompt in we talked about before, and this actually now has our business detail. Some of the close rates we're getting, our monthly marketing budget, and our average deal value is $14K. And so we're going to go ahead and push this through to see what we get. In about 20 seconds, the AI has given us some really good data on where the lead issue may be occurring here. And by the way, if anything's helping you so far, go ahead and hit like on this video and subscribe so I can continue to make this type of content. It's saying that it doesn't look like our problem is just not having enough leads. It talks about our lead flow and reviews back to us what we told it. It tells us that it's probably coming from a mix of uneven lead quality and weak follow-up discipline. And then there's no clean visibility on where the deals are stalling. So it's talking about some of our leak areas most likely are going to be in the quality of our lead source. It's saying that the places that we pull from, Google Business Profiles, Zillow, Instagram, those are all different and they don't produce the same kinds of leads. It talks about it's better to get things from referrals and Zillow leads. Some of these other, like Instagram, some of the other ones can be earlier stage leads. So if you're treating those leads the same way the lead source is, it's going to give you inconsistent results because they're different kinds of leads. It's also saying our follow-up is too inconsistent for the 45 to 75 day sales cycle. We also don't have a clear stage-by-stage conversion view. We're not tracking the middle of the actual process. So it's talking about we need to start knowing things like the contact rate, the appointment rate, the consultation rate, the signed client rate, and the close rate in order to get a better view of where the leak is occurring. It's saying our budget that we provided is spread too thin across so many different channels. So it seems like we need to now focus the budget on what channel is actually working best for us. And it also says that our sales process may be too reactive and it may need to be more structured. We're getting people to respond, but they're not converting. And it gives us some reasons they may not be converting. We may need to speed up our response time. We may need to give a very specific script to them, and also always give people a reason to continue the conversation. It's helpful if we start uncovering their timeline, their motivation, and their obstacles. And that will lead us into a very organic next step for them. We want to have an invitation to a next step, whether it's book a listing consult, a buyer consult, or a home value strategy call. And then here are our top 5 issues. It's saying no source by source tracking of the lead to close performance. There's inconsistent follow-up after day 1 through day 7. And it's saying we don't have a standardized appointment setting process. Our budget is spread across too many channels. And we don't have a formal nurture reactivation system for not ready leads. Here's the 5 fast fixes that we can implement in 14 days. Create a scorecard for every lead source that we have. By creating a scorecard within 2 weeks, we should start seeing whether the issue is volume, whether it's quality, it's follow-up, or it's conversion. The next one, set a strict first response rule. This means that every time you get a new lead, they should get a first call or text within a certain number of minutes if possible. Do a second touch the same day, a third touch the next day, and 5 to 7 touches in the first 10 days. We also have another video already on getting a cadence sequence created for you in AI, so check that out also on our playlist. The third thing you can do in 14 days is to define one clear next step for every live conversation. Always end things with a possible listing consultation, a buyer consultation, a sell then buy planning call, a home value review, or a neighborhood strategy call. Another thing, number 4, is to narrow your active marketing focus for 30 days. Instead of trying to use every channel, try to divide things into your core channels. Here, for this example, in real estate, it would be referrals, a Google business profile, or Zillow. And number 5 is to build a simple, not ready yet nurture system. So this is going to be like an email sequence or a text sequence that would be 4 follow-ups that you could send to the lead over 30 days. It could be a market update for your area, a pricing and value tip. It could be a move up timing checklist, or a still thinking of making a move this year check-in. And here's our simple 30-day stabilization program. Here's the first week, just getting yourself visible to the person. Days 8 to 14, tighten your response and follow up. On the 3rd week, we're looking to fix the consultation step. And on the 4th week, we're looking to reallocate and reactivate. And then it gives us a summary of our overall diagnosis. And so we've done all this with one prompt. It only took 20 seconds for the system to do this for us. So you can see how this can make your business run a lot more efficiently. And so you're not trying to do all this analysis manually or through several different systems. Also notice that as it suggested to us, the LLM, it knows how to do an open-ended phrase here. So it tells us it can turn this into a 1-page brokerage scorecard and a 30-day action dashboard that we can use with our team. So it will continue to speak to you and continue to do these documents for you as you go along. And keep watching, because the second prompt is where this gets even more useful. We're going to find out whether the real problem is actually lead generation or whether the business is losing money because of what happens after the lead comes in. So our second prompt is called our sales process bottleneck finder. Our use case is going to be to find whether the real issue is weak follow-up, slow response time, or poor qualification. Here, our LLM is going to be in the role of a sales operations consultant. The output is going to be a bottleneck map, lead response standards, and standard operation procedure fixes. And here's our actual prompt, telling the LLM to act as a sales operations consultant for a U.S. small business, analyze whether our feast or famine problem is partly caused by sales process bottlenecks after leads come in. Here's our business details. We're telling it how we get these leads, who's responding, their average response time, our booking rate, our show rate, our proposal rate, our close rate, and we're telling it the CRM or the tool that we use. And then we're going to ask it to give us the likely bottlenecks in our follow-up and sales flow, a simple diagnosis of what is slowing conversions, and the response time benchmarks we should aim for, and a lean SOP to improve lead handling without hiring more staff. And then I filled in all of the different information that was in brackets, and we're going to go ahead and hit enter here. And this is where the AI should start exposing the operational truth. It's taking our information and saying that we're having issues at the speed to lead, the booking, and the show up stages. It's also saying that our tracking definitions may be a little inconsistent based on the numbers that we gave. It looks like we need to start measuring each stage more consistently, because if we're not measuring each stage the same way every time, that in itself is a bottleneck. Here's some of the specific bottlenecks in our sales funnel and follow-up workflow. The slow response time at the top of the funnel, so that's very important. Waiting a certain amount of time. If you're waiting 4 hours the next day on the weekend, that's going to be an issue. Too few people are handling too many lead types. So it talks about our staffing, talks about channel fragmentation, the booking rate, the show rate, and our proposal consultant progression, and our customer relationship management. That's probably creating double work and not clarity. So it's saying the biggest slowdown is speed and consistency, not persuasion. Looks like we have a lead handling discipline problem first. Our bottleneck is actually in the first half of our funnel based on the information that we provided. And now it gives us some benchmarks that we should aim for going forward in order to improve our metrics. We need to be aiming to respond to website forms and Zillow inquiries and yard sign text within 5 minutes if possible, Instagram DMs within 15 minutes, and then open house sign-in, same day follow-up within 30 minutes to 2 hours. It gives us several other pieces of information, and then it gives us a priority order. If you can only fix these 4 things first, focus on these. Cut our response time dramatically. Use HubSpot as a single live pipeline. Standardize the booking and reminder process, and give every lead one owner and one next step. Again, it's offering to turn this into a copy and paste SOP playbook with scripts for a website, for Zillow, Instagram, yard signs, and open house leads. Now let's connect the dots. Prompt 1 told us where the buyer journey is leaking. Prompt 2 told us what happens after the lead enters the system. And together, the diagnosis for Summit Key Realty Group becomes very clear. This isn't just a get more leads problem. It's a lead handling and conversion consistency problem. Yes, Summit should work toward more stable lead sources over time, but if they ignore slow follow-up, weak segmentation, and unclear SOPs, even better lead generation won't fully solve the feast or famine cycle. That's a huge lesson for small businesses. Most business owners try to fix a revenue inconsistency problem by adding more marketing, but sometimes the fast money is in plugging the leaks and tightening the process. So if you're watching this and thinking about your own business, here's the takeaway. Use AI to answer these 2 questions. 1, where are the leads leaking across my funnel? And 2, what is slowing conversion after the lead comes in? If you ask those 2 questions well, with real business details, AI can help you uncover issues that would normally take a consultant, strategist, or ops person much longer to surface. That's why prompts like this are valuable. They don't just save time, they help small businesses make better decisions faster. If you want more practical AI tools for your business, I've got a few resources for you. For all small businesses, check out my free thumbnail and logo generator and the Business Growth Blueprint. Those are designed to help you market more efficiently and build smarter systems with less guesswork. And if you're in real estate specifically, check out my fast follow-up framework. It's built to help real estate businesses respond faster, follow up better, and convert more of the leads that they're already getting. And if you want access to the prompts, including the ones I used in this video, you can get them for free by joining my school group. If this video helped you think differently about inconsistent lead generation, drop a comment and tell me, what do you think is the bigger issue in most small businesses? Not enough leads or poor follow-up on the leads that they already have? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.